Hello and welcome to another episode of the Jank Bank Beyond the Jank. I'm your host Brad, and today we're going to be talking about the upcoming Magic set, Throne of Eldraine. Before we begin, I would like to state that these are just my first impressions to the information we have about the new set, and are likely to change as we learn more. With that out of the way, let's jump right into it. Magic's newest set is Throne of Eldraine, which has been self-described as Camelot meets Grimm's fairy tales. And it's pretty indicative from the art that's what's going on. It's very whimsical. It's got that kind of fairy tale feel. There's a lot of references to things like Goldilocks and the Three Bears, Gingerbread Man, etc. And I have to say that artwork does mesh very well with the Magic aesthetic as a whole. Even the stuff that's a little sillier, the Gingerbread Man art and all that, it's very reminiscent of the Unsets, which I personally quite enjoyed. And it just looks like a really, really fun set and a great idea and direction to sort of take this into. The artwork we've seen so far is just absolutely gorgeous. Seb McKinnon killing it as always. Just gorgeous. So getting into the technical aspects of it, we didn't actually have any cards spoiled on the day of the showcase when Mark Rosewater was actually talking about it. We didn't see a whole lot outside of just some general information about what the set would be, some of the products that were coming along with it. So the first thing we found out is that Arena is getting Brawl. By the end of the year, they're going to have 1v1 Brawl. And this seems like an odd choice to some. I actually really like Arena as a home for Brawl. I think that's a good thing. With Arena, we have so few formats already that I'll kind of take whatever we can get. And I'm sure myself and everyone else would have much rather had just, Commander 4-player, the whole shebang. But from a technical aspect, I understand how that's probably a daunting task compared to something like Brawl, where it's still 1v1. It's still 60 card decks, I believe. Just a little easier to work around for them, and even if it's just a stepping stone to get us to Commander later on down the line, I'm excited about it. So with this introduction, they're also adding, when Throne of Eldraine releases, we're going to be getting some Brawl Precon products. These are going to be very similar. We get some more information. They talked about some of it Saturday, but going into Sunday and going to Sunday, Monday, we got some information about these new Brawl Precon products. So these are going to be actual paper Magic decks. It's very, very similar to the Commander Precon products that are very popular. It's going to be 4 decks. Each are going to be headlined by a new Commander. They've said 7 new mechanically unique cards per deck. That was what I heard from the actual info we got at San Diego Comic-Con. There was another article put out that said something like 20, and there's going to be some stuff between the decks. We saw a really cool Mana Rock and one of the new Brawl Commanders that's going to be in those precons. Looks great so far. Kind of an odd choice to have Brawl paper product. I know there was an explanation as they were kind of rushing to get everything else to market, and Brawl just kind of fell into the cracks a little bit as they were trying to figure everything out with it. So this is sort of being treated like a relaunch for Brawl. When it first came out around Dominaria, I did try a few games, and my experience with it was okay. We got into it with the Ixalan sets. We did the Ixalan tribes against each other, and that was it was fun, but it definitely lacked some of the complexity and stuff you see in Commander. So it'll be interesting to see how the precons affect that, if they affect that, if Brawl starts to kind of grow in popularity again, especially with something like Oathbreaker it's going to have to compete against now. Some very interesting kind of challenges for it moving ahead. Other than the actual deck in these pre-constructed products, we are also getting a Life Wheel card, I believe is how they explained it. And it's just kind of a nice little add-in. It sort of reminds me of like the Fat Packs where they're doing the foil lands now, and you get the big D20. It's just a nice little add-in to have. The thing that I really want to see for this, and it's something they really should have been doing before now with some of the other products, but this needs a code for Arena. We need a way to bridge the gap between these online players and these paper players, and it also just adds more value to the product. Brawl is a very unstable format at the moment. It does not have a lot of support. No one I know personally plays it. It just kind of fell off the face of the earth. It had a lot of problems coming out with Brawl Chief of Compliance and things like that. And if they really want to jumpstart this and bring it back, that arena code needs to be in there, because I do believe this is going to be very popular on Arena. I don't know how well this is going to work in Paper. And the product will already sell okay because you've got those cards that can be used in Commander. I know a lot of people are already kind of brewing and speculating on the on that new Commander they spoiled. We got a pretty nice little mana rock as well. But I really think an Arena code makes or breaks this product as far as value and as far as just bringing Brawl back and trying to make that a successful format. So moving on, the last thing they talked about is there are going to be some changes to the actual packs, the sealed product coming out for Throne of Eldraine. So the traditional $4 pack is now going to be called a draft pack. And these are largely unchanged, but we are going to have some kind of specialty cards possible in those. I'm assuming, based on what we were told about them, this is going to be a lot like the Kaladesh Block Inventions and the Amonkhet Invocations. This is going to be like a nice little add-in, you'll find sort of randomly scattered throughout your box, hopefully, or, we don't really know a whole lot about the pull rates for these. We just kind of know that they're going to be there. So within these traditional packs, you're going to have a chance at a showcase card, which I'll show on the screen, or a borderless Planeswalker. So we've seen these before in the some of these alternate art things. They've been doing a lot more with it lately with Mythic Edition, and then we had the box toppers, which were extended art, and that's important because that's going to come into play with our next point here, which is we have a new booster type now called a collector booster. So these are going to be a little different. I'm going to run you through what's in them, and then I'm going to give you the price, because when I first heard about this, I was actually reading the article, and I got the price first, and I was honestly a little upset about it until I actually went through what was in it, and then I kind of had a better understanding of it. I still don't think it's a perfect product, but let me just run you through what's in it, and we'll kind of go over at the end. So within these collector boosters, you get one rare or mythic with extended art. So the extended art is like what we had in the Ultimate Masters box toppers. It's that nice sort of, it's like a different aspect ratio on the art. They were nice looking. No word on whether that's going to be a foil or a possible foil or anything like that. It was literally just in the article as one rare or mythic with extended art. So next we're going to have one foil rare or mythic rare, which is, that's nice. 9 foil commons and uncommons. 3 special frame cards, which again, I've got that up on screen. That's the showcase or the borderless planeswalkers that you can also find in those draft packs as kind of throw-ins. We're going to get 1 ancillary card. No word on what that is. With it being ancillary, it could be something as simple as like an ad card. It could be, something akin to the art cards we saw in Modern Horizons. It was pretty vague, but I'm assuming that it'll be something around that. Just a nice little add-in, to kind of add a little value to your pack. We also have 1 foil token, which this is nice. If they have the new borders like the Core Set 20 stuff, I'm pretty happy about this. I really like the borders on the tokens from Core 20, so being able to get some foil tokens from that would be nice. Just again, sort of neat little add-ins. So this is where things get sort of fishy, because this is a cool little cool little thing they're doing. I like when they experiment with the packs. I like when we get some different stuff. But the expected price for this is $20 to $25, and while it seems to be a lot there as far as foils and that kind of stuff, and the stuff that usually runs into the high numbers from a value perspective, it just seems like a really, really weird timing for this. I don't know why this wouldn't have been in something like a master set, or Modern Horizon seems like a perfect place to debut this, where you've got a pack that's already kind of going for that $7 range. So it kind of gives you the option to double down and, have a better chance at, hitting the foil rare mythic you want, some of the big bombs. I mean, I really feel like these would sell all day long if you had a chance at like a foil Ren and 6 or a foil Urza or something people were really, really passionate about for their commander decks or for modern, because you're kind of double dipping into two to three formats there. So that's a little odd for me, but I'm going to try to reserve judgment on this until we see a little more about it, because they did say that the Brawl products would be possibilities in these. So, if they decide to do an extended art of some of the Brawl commanders, this is where you'll be able to get them. So it's just weird timing. I don't hate the booster. I don't hate the price point. It's just very strange to have this with a standard set. Now, they did say they are including these as part of when you buy a box and you get your buy a box promo. They will be including one of these collector boosters with it, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, just kind of remains to be seen on that. Jury's still out for me. I'm going to have to see a little more, but it definitely just feels sort of awkwardly timed at the moment. So going into the close here, overall, I am very excited for this set. I love the theme of this. You guys have already seen on my channel, I had the Zerd Pied Piper deck. So, you know, I'm a fan of mixing Magic and that kind of grim fairy tale stuff. That's going to be a blast. I cannot wait to see some of the mechanics from this. From the showcase card we got of the Goldilocks and the Three Bear character, it looks very, very interesting to see what this new mechanic will be. It almost looks a little bit like Sagas, but I'm sure it'll be something completely kind of different out of left field. But yeah, just overall excited about the set, and we'll kind of see how the rest of it goes as we get on. But so that's all I kind of wanted to go over with you guys today. Having kind of a crazy week. I'm getting a lot of stuff set up. As far as some of the new things, you know, when I did the first Beyond the Jank, I mentioned I had a lot of stuff coming in store as the channel kind of grows, and there's some different directions I want to go in, a lot of fun things I want to do with you guys. So just bear with me. There will be changes. There will be all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off right now, kind of setting this stuff up. But I'm very excited. I cannot wait to share this with you guys. So just be patient with me. I'll have some updates coming, all that good stuff. So as usual, if you like this video, please do like and subscribe. Let me know what you thought about it down in the comments section as well. You know, I'm always looking for feedback. That's the biggest thing. I want to make this channel as good as I can for you guys. So every bit of feedback helps, whether it's positive, it's negative. I prefer constructive criticism. You know, maybe don't do the whole all caps yelling at me down in the comments, but you know, at the end of the day, you do you. As always, you can follow me on social media to stay on top of all the latest updates. Twitter's where I'm most active, but I do have Facebook as well as Instagram on there. So please follow me on that. And as always, if you would like to support the channel directly, there's a link to our Patreon down in the description. Being a patron has a lot of perks, including first looks at the next episode, your name in the credits, and even a tier where you get a deck tech based on your own idea. And that's going to be it for me today, guys. See you next time, and stay janky. The Jank Bank is part of the Creators Quarters community. For more great Magic content, click the playlist link in the top right.